What's up, spectators? Welcome back to an episode of Ace Attorney 6. We are currently questioning Archie Buff's son on what exactly he saw on the night his dad died. Nice work. This witness is truly a handful. 2, 3, 4... Miss Sykes, what's the witness's current psychological state? Let's see. He's emotionally all over the map. Good diagnosis. So his out-of-control emotions are in control of him, huh? Does that mean we can calm him down if we can figure out the root cause? Yes, so let's see what we can find. Sarge, can you hear me? Is that you, core woman Sykes? I'm here. Now I want you to take a few deep breaths. Just try to relax. Try it with me. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. In, out. And now, let your emotions take you where they will. Go on, just let it all out! All forces attack! That's the least relaxing breathing exercise I've ever seen. Dax was still hanging around after we got kicked out when I heard more fighting, and I got worried about Papa. So I left my room, but suddenly, I got dizzy and passed out. I remember a flame lighting up the room, and Papa grinning with delight. That's when he must have been killed, if only I hadn't passed out. So he has two out-of-control emotions, and all we have to do is find out what's causing them to run wild. Whatever the cause, it should appear somewhere in the mood matrix. Let me know if you think you found it. Easier said than done. Don't suppose you have any ideas on where to start. Well, I think about Sarge's personality and his past. Those are the things that shape a person's emotions. You should be able to find something to work with from there. That's it. Sarge, you were overcome with shock and fear when you saw those flames, weren't you? Was I? Yes. Just 6 months ago, you and your mother were caught up in an arsonist's blaze. So it's no wonder you'd be extremely scared of fire. Yes, that does make sense. And maybe, just maybe, your subconscious fear of fire was what caused you to withdraw from the world. What do you mean, core woman Sykes? In the outside world, you were bound to come across all sorts of fire. Candles, cigarettes, heck, even the grill at a diner. Even if it's not that often, just the idea that you might see them grew bigger and bigger until you couldn't shut it out. Ah! Cigar? Huh? That one dude, what's his face? The dad of the girl, the princess, Rafa's dad? I think you might be onto something. Candles, cigarettes, just thinking about them sends a chill down my spine. The things I take for granted. Now I see I was afraid of the fire. Strange, I didn't even realize it myself. About that fire, Sarge, can you tell me what it was burning? Just stay calm and maybe something will come to you. Oh! Oh! I'm starting to remember. It was... It was that relic. That relic Papa was studying. It was on fire. The orb was on fire. It's still kind of fuzzy. But yes, the orb was burning right in front of Papa. And there in the flames was Mama? Yes, now I remember. I saw Mama appear amid the dancing flames. What's going on here? Maybe it's a memory from the fire that killed his mother. He might be confusing it with what really happened when his father died. So let me guess, more therapy? Yep, but this time it seems there's an inconsistency in his statements. And I think we should be able to prove it with the evidence at hand. I hope this inconsistency is the key to proving that the relic really is the Founder's Orb. Interesting. Ah, yes!
Objection!
It was hidden. Don't blame yourself, Sarge. After all, even if you hadn't passed out, the outcome would have been the same. What do you mean? I'm talking about the time of death. Your father wasn't killed right after you left your room. Explain yourself at once, Private Justice. You said you saw your father burning the orb, right? But that night he went out to hide it in a cave. So what you saw, Sarge, was something that happened before your father left to hide the orb. So you see, you didn't pass out right before he was killed. You passed out right before he left for the cave to hide the orb in the ruins within. So even if I hadn't passed out, that's right, the outcome would have been exactly the same. That's because your father, Dr. Buff, was killed after he returned from the ruins. And therefore, there's no need for you to blame yourself. Private Justice, can you really say I bear no blame in this? Why do you ask? Because the truth is, if I hadn't engaged in my siege defense, Papa would still be alive. Papa wished nothing more than for me to lead a happy, healthy life. That's why he quit his job and moved us out, away from the big city. But even then, I didn't have the courage to set foot in the outside world. And in the end, I failed to make Papa's wish come true. Sarge? If you want to make your father's wish come true, if that's what you really want, then who's to say it's too late? Why don't you take the first step now? My first step? That's right. You can cast off all your regret. You can stop standing still and start moving forward. You have the power within you. I know from experience. I know what it's like to feel like you do. But only you can decide to take that first step. If you don't change your tactics now, Sarge, the victory you seek in the war you're waging will always lie beyond your grasp. I think I understand now. I've made up my mind. As of this moment, I will suspend my siege defense indefinitely. That is one heavy-duty wheelchair. Sergeant Buff reporting for duty. I thought you were a dude. You're definitely not the gruff drill sergeant I envisioned. Well, my mama was in the Russian army. I was just as shocked, but it certainly explained a few things when I found out too. May I introduce you to Miss Army Buff, age 12. No way! Careful, soldier. Don't forget I could blow you away at the moment's notice. She's just too cute. So, have you always been in a wheelchair, Sarge? Negative. Only since I was injured. In the fire. Your voice sounds awfully different from before. My drone features a voice modulation device. It's just one of my army's many technological marvels. Well, you fooled me. I thought some 20-something military fanatic was at the controls. If it's all the same to you troops, I'd like to continue my testimony. I've just remembered something, and it's as crisp and clear as a trumpet at roll call. She is adorable. What did you remember? It wasn't my mother who appeared in the burning orb. It was some lady Papa had shown me a picture of a long time ago. He said it was... the Holy Mother, the founder of Kurainism. She appeared right there, right in the burning orb. What did you just say? The Holy Mother of Kurainism was in the burning orb. What does that even mean? I have a bad feeling about this. Could it be? Could this explain what Sarge means by the Holy Mother appearing in the burning orb? Wait, let me read this again. Dr. Buff's research notes. Wait, this isn't right? Oh, this is right. Look at this! The burning orb, the appearance of the founder. This part points to both. Take that! There's a legend about the orb involving a mysterious riddle. And this song in turn is said to contain the key to solving it. If the legend is true, then I believe the answer lies in the part of the song, "Offer thy prayers as fervent as fire, only then shall the Holy Mother return." Anyone see where I'm going with this? You're supposed to set the orb on fire. The whole stanza seems to suggest that the founder will appear if the orb's set on fire. So the doctor, he... Yes, Athena. He had solved the ancient riddle of the founder's orb. Oh my. Papa was a great archaeologist. So I believe in him, and I want to believe. I want to believe he achieved his lifelong-time dream of solving that riddle before he died. Well, we won't know for sure until we try it for ourselves. Do it, Private Justice, please. I want to see what Papa was searching for with my own eyes.
Objection!
The plaintiff must object to this.
Objection!
The plaintiff will stand down and shut your F up.
Objection!
You don't have the right to set a precious relic like that on fire.
Objection!
Oh, but I do. All I needed was Sarge's permission. Since we still don't know if this treasure is the Founder's Orb or the Crystal of Amy Faye. Any ownership rights the Doctor had now belong to his daughter. Therefore, you have absolutely no right to stop us. Very well, Mr. Justice. I never thought I'd be saying this, but you may burn the evidence. Here we go. Nice Zippo you got there. Apollo, the inside of the orb, it's melting. There's something in there. Dirk, isn't she? Her garb leaves no room for doubt. It's the Founder herself. Face and all. I don't understand. The greatest of taboos in Kurainism is the depiction of the Founder's face. Yet here it is, hidden within this orb. And all these Westerners can see it. Sorry, Mr. Wright, but as you can see, the issue is crystal clear. This figure is the Holy Mother, founder of Kurainism. And based on that, this must be none other than the Founder's Orb.
Objection!
Be that as it may, Mr. Arbol still may have killed the Doctor. If so, it would render the orb transfer agreement null and void. Don't play dumb, Mr. Wright. The truth of the matter has already been proven. Dr. Buff wasn't killed right after Sarge saw Mr. Arbol. It happened after the Doctor came back from hiding the orb. And you've no proof that Mr. Arbol was still around at the time. Your claim that the Defiant Dragons were behind the crime doesn't hold water. And that means the orb transfer agreement is still perfectly valid. Admit it, Mr. Wright. I just burned your whole case to the ground. I won? I actually won? Mr. Wright, would you care to respond? I didn't think so. Did we just win? Did we actually beat the Turnabout Terror? You're amazing, Apollo! Don't just stand there, right? Do something! Well, I don't think there's any digging out of this hole. Mr. Attition Wimperson, I think it's time for your concession speech. I have proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is the Founder's Orb. The facts don't lie, but you obviously do. How's that for a campaign slogan? Why, you contemptuous peasant! I think this is a good time to wrap up this trial. If both parties have no further objections, I will render my verdict. No objections here, you honor. You honor? You honor. You can't do this. The crystal is mine. I'll lose the election if I lose that crystal. I'm sorry, but there's really nothing more I can do. You haven't forgotten about our little chat, have you? What's going on here?
Objection!
Your Honor, I object to the defense's last claim. What? I don't believe they have truly proven that the relic is indeed the Founder's Orb.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, I don't think even you could bluff your way out of this one. What possible argument could you have to claim that this isn't the Founder's Orb? About that. Of course. He can't possibly have hit on something. The defense's assertion is incomplete, and this is why. The defense is based their claim that this relic is the Founder's Orb on a legend. And that legend claims that the Founder will return when the riddle is solved at last. Right, and that's what happened. The Founder was revealed for all to see. But Mr. Justice, what about the rest of the legend? According to the legend, once the Founder returned, she would bestow spiritual power onto the person who solved the riddle. You're kidding, right? Well, Mr. Justice, do you feel great spiritual power coursing through your veins? No. But receiving spiritual powers and stuff, it's all just mystic mumbo-jumbo, right? Maybe so, but you're the one basing your claim on said legend. And what we saw here does not fully fulfill it, does it? No, but... consequently, you cannot rightfully claim that this is the Founder's Orb. What's gotten into him? Why is Mr. Wright doing this? It would appear that Mr. Wright has lost a few of his marbles. That couldn't be further from the truth, Your Honor. In any case, I believe this is a good time for a recess. Both sides will have 20 minutes to prepare. I ask that all arguments be ready by then. Oh, and Mr. Wright, you'd do well to wash up and find your missing marbles by then, too. Mr. Wright is sure acting funny. I mean, someone's probably a hostage. That's what I'm guessing. Someone's been held hostage. He's famous for going out on a limb, but that last assertion is just plain crazy. It's either a bluff or a Hail Mary. Either way, it doesn't make much sense. Maybe there's something we're missing here. Although he seemed perfectly normal when we spoke earlier. Apollo, I have a bad feeling about this. I'm gonna go check up on him. What's going on with you, Mr. Wright? Hey, Private Justice. Oh, Sarge. I forgot to mention something. On the night of Papa's murder, a strange thing happened. But why are you only telling me about it now? Well, I didn't say anything before because I thought Papa's death was an accident. But now that we know otherwise, I figured it might be important. There's still more to this case? When I left my room and lost consciousness, I passed out right here. That's right above the coffee bar. But when I came to, someone was pushing my wheelchair. I was so scared I beat a hasty retreat, as fast as my wheels could take me. Do you know who it was? No, it was pitch black. Plus, I fled to my room so fast I didn't even have a chance to turn on the lights. Maybe it was your father. No, he would have said something to me. Besides, I'd have known if it was him. So then it could have been... your father's real killer. My thoughts exactly. Fingerprint time! But you didn't report this to the police? It didn't even occur to me. It's okay, you're obviously still upset, so don't beat yourself up over it. Apollo, this could be really important information. I think the act of pushing Sarge's wheelchair could be part of a bigger scheme. It's hard to see why else the killer would have done such a thing. Guess I should take her statement down as evidence. Welcome back, Athena. What's with the long face? How'd it go with Mr. Wright? What should I... Athena? Oh, sorry. Zoned out there for a sec. The recess is almost over, so let's go. What was that all about? Alright, court is once again back in session. Now, Mr. Wright, about that last objection you raised. We, the plaintiffs, still believe that the defense has yet to sufficiently prove its case. They claim that, according to legend, the Founder's Orb would bestow spiritual power. Yet the relic in question has failed to do so. Therefore, it has failed its own test. I see. He's sticking with that ridiculous argument. Furthermore, even if it is the Founder's Orb, it can't be awarded to the Divine Dragons. After all, they were the ones who killed Dr. Buff.
Objection!
What are you talking about? That was already proven to be false. There are no grounds for asserting that the Divine Dragons murdered the Doctor. But I'm afraid there are, Mr. Justice. Your Honor, I'd like to present new testimony to this court. Testimony that will show that Dat's Arble did in fact kill Dr. Buff. Very well, you may call your witness. I guess Mr. Rout found another new angle. What new testimony could there be this late in the game? Fellow citizens, it is I, politician, the once and future representative of the people. Not him again. My client divulged new information to me during the recess. He remembered something he saw, you see. Something crucial to this case. How very convenient. But I'm gonna save this for the next episode, so stay tuned. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye!